Dressing well is hard work, and let me tell you why. Let's start off with the position you might find yourself in right now, which is wearing pretty conventional stuff, nothing out of the ordinary, but you kind of want more. You kind of want another way to express more of who you are. And that means the first step is you have to break character. You have to be someone else that you think the other person or the other people perceive you as. So naturally, the first time you wear something different of what people expect, you're gonna have comments, you're gonna have looks, and these things are normal. Like, the perfect example is someone that never wears hats, and he pulls up the first time with a hat. People go, "Since when are you wearing hats?" Like, this small comment is not full of meaning, it's not an attack against you, but it's still uncomfortable, you don't want to have these comments. You just have to pull it off. You wear the fucking hat, you just say, well, whatever, I like this hat, I'm wearing it now. Second time you pull up, maybe someone else you haven't seen yet says the same, blah blah, but then repetition just makes it normal, The 10th time you wear it, nobody's ever going to say anything. It slowly becomes part of you. And also, it's normal for the first time to feel like you're pretending to be someone else, like you're not your authentic self. It can feel like a costume, like, bro, this is not me, why am I wearing a hat, blah blah. But that is just the process you have to go through, and that repetition, as I said, just makes it authentic one day. It just becomes natural the more you do it, and you get more comfortable and you get more confidence, and people can tell, and you feel better about yourself and how you look and how you dress anyway. Also, you need to care about it. Like, you really need to have, not really a passion for me is a big word, but just show some interest, learn about stuff, learn about fabrics, learn about brands, learn about designers, learn about whatever shapes you can wear. This is not a rule you have to follow, but just makes it easier to spike some interest in one category of the whole fashion universe. That takes time and it takes attention. You need to look up stuff, you need to compare, you need to trial, you need to fail, you need to succeed as well, which is all part of a huge progress, which can be years of just finding your 100% authentic self that you portray. And also that journey is also fun. I mean, if I look at outfits of myself like 7-8 years ago, I remember being into it, but when I look at them now, I just look like a dickhead. I mean, that's normal. There is no shortcut. It is a long process. As I said, something that develops over time through curiosity, through interest, and through trial and error. Personal style has to be linked to your personality and your interests. Style doesn't just come from clothes itself, but it comes from other interests like music, art, video games, pop culture, series, whatever. And when you're generally into something, you can incorporate a piece of that into your style. That might be a graphic tee of a vintage video game. That might be a keychain from a series character that you like. That might be like the t-shirt of your favorite restaurant. That is something other people can't feel like you do. Like, you have this unique relationship to this piece because it represents a part of your life which cannot be replicated. It's unique for everyone. That's why you can never copy a good style or a authentic style, because it's always just related to yourself and your own experience in life and your own interests. So you can't look at someone else who has a cool Spider-Man vintage shirt. He probably links it to himself being in the cinema at 7 years old with his parents, blah blah. This is the exact same year the movie came out, whatever. You can't just buy that shirt and expect to express it the same way, because you don't have this emotional attachment to it. And I think that's a pretty beautiful thing in fashion, because it's so unique to everyone. Like, no one's the same. Also, it is hard because people, a lot of the times, they go off of maybe colors, or you can't wear orange with blue, for example. You can't wear this loud jacket and then this very different loud pants. They don't work together, they clash, whatever. But then you have this motherfucker that just takes both, rocks them with confidence, and just put that shit on, and it suddenly works, even though on paper that should have never worked. And that is one of the, for me, biggest skills in fashion. Wearing 2-3 things that on paper clash and don't work, but then you pull it off and you look cool. I mean, that is so hard to do. Like, these clothes, they don't just exist on a mood board or in theory. Like, they are lived, they are on a body, they are on a unique person, which just makes it real. I like the saying, style is on you, swag is in you. So your personality, how you carry yourself, and what connection you feel to your clothes, it is perceivable by other people. I don't know how, I mean, by me at least, and by a lot of other people that, are kind of into it. I have no idea what someone who doesn't give a shit about it thinks. Probably nothing, which also doesn't matter anyway. Like at the start, it is completely normal to feel kind of insecure, feel kind of too much attention on you because you feel like you are standing out with something a bit loud or out of the ordinary that you're wearing, and that is a feeling you have to go past. Again, repetitive, you do it every single time, and then it just becomes normal. You don't even think about it anymore, because then you realize the opinions don't matter anyway and nobody cares. Like if I wear a jacket that is loud, nobody really gives a shit. Like honestly, like everyone has their own lives going on, thinking about what they're doing today, blah blah. People could have the biggest issues you wouldn't even know about. They're not going to give a shit about if your jacket is too bright or not. As I said, wearing stuff is a skill. It is hard, it is work, it is just like, it is practice, it is just like any other thing you want to be good at. Another thing, if you want to push it even further, is customizing it, which then always is a one of one. Like that is irreplicable. I don't know, you can burn edges, you can cut it off, you can print a little something on it, you can add patches, you can add studs, you can draw on it, whatever. I mean, this is always exactly how you feel. You need, if you customize clothes, that needs to be a reflection of how you feel at that point, and that just gets your personal style and expression, what you want to give, like across. Don't follow any instructions, just go exactly how you feel, because that is the most authentic way. It doesn't need to look good for anybody. Most people can think it looks shit, and why the fuck did you put studs in a hoodie, you know? But if that's what you want to do, and then you are as progressed in this whole game, you know, you're prestige master at wearing stuff, then you don't care anyway, and it just improves your life basically. Also, dressing well comes with sacrifice. I mean, not everyone's a billionaire, so sometimes you just say like, hey, I can't come to this event, or no, I can't go wherever, I can't go to this restaurant, because you want to save up the money you have, because you are interested in clothes and you really wanted these pants, for example, yeah, you've been eyeing for months. So if you never prioritize spending money on new pieces of clothing, but you spend it in another way, which is also fine, but then you can't expect, you know, to up your style a lot. And also, you don't need to spend a lot of money to up your style, but if you're really in love with a piece, you know, and it costs this amount of money, you can always buy it secondhand or for Vinted or wherever, but it is still money. The other sacrifice is comfort zone. Go out of your comfort zone, you know. You've built this outfit you really like, you like how you feel in it, and then your friends who are not into fashion say, yo, let's go to the local bar, let's go to the pub and have a few beers, you know. Just fucking wear your fit, you know. You might get a few looks from the old man at the bar, you might get some comments from your friends, why you overdressed, we're just getting a beer. Bro, nah, I like this, you know. There will very, very rarely be a necessity to wear a very complex outfit. So if you want to do it, then learn to do it in a setting where you know that you don't have to. You just do it because it's fun. Also, the more times you do it, people get used to it. You become that kind of person that wears this kind of stuff. And then if you wear a fucking suit and some jewelry and whatever to the pub, no one's going to question it at one point, because, you know, that's just expected. You have become the person you wanted to be in the eyes of the other people, so now no one questions it, and you are way freer. I mean, you don't think about, oh, what they're gonna think if I wear these pants. Fuck it, bro, you're that guy now. But end of the day, you do it for yourself, obviously, but I understand the constraints some people feel with all the exterior stuff going around. Like, it is hard to just do it and block out everything there is around. Another thing, what makes it hard is, it is just nature that someone fit, that someone hygienic or whatever just looks better in clothes. Doesn't matter the clothes. So you need to take care of yourself, you know. Clothes fall better on a body that is fit and athletic, or very skinny as someone, you know, who's been partying too much. Once you see that progress on your own body and your own physical experience, that boosts your confidence. That confidence boost just improves your overall aura that you express when you like walk into a room or whatever with the stuff on, then making it more authentic and more like it's you. It doesn't feel like a costume anymore. You don't have to become someone else. You don't have to become someone you're not. You're always going to be you, but you can still improve. A good outfit needs to be worn proud and confident. That is just how it is. Because not just the other people, but you yourself, you can tell if you're not feeling what you're wearing. That isn't fun. Don't get me wrong, being conventionally attractive does not matter. I mean, you have people like Brad Pitt, David Beckham, you know, they're style icons. But they are style icons because of how the clothes fit on them, because of what they have achieved in the past and who they are, which then puts their aura into the clothes, which then make them cool. You know, slap this fit on someone else, is never going to be as cool. So the person itself wearing it really does play a big role. Like, for example, take Ass Pizza. Not conventionally attractive, not model type stuff, you know, but he is so cool. His opinion is valued. The stuff he wears inspires other people, you know, what he's achieved, what he stands for in the whole fashion community. And that is something he has earned, you know. It works so well on him because it's authentic. You know it's authentic. You know he likes what he's wearing. You know there is a passion behind it and a meaning which elevates everything. So please don't blame money and conventional attractiveness when you don't feel good in your clothes. Invest more time, invest more knowledge, invest more money. Go through this development phase. It is a progress. As I said, it is a skill that has to be learned. You have to practice, you know. Just go out, go anywhere and wear something you're really uncomfortable in until you are comfortable in it, if it is that you actually want to wear. Also, if you don't and you don't give a shit, then that is completely fine. All of this, all I'm saying right now, I'm very passionate about it, but it doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares. Is this whole video gonna change your life? No. Is the clothes you wear next time you go out gonna change your life? No. But I mean, I love thinking about it. I love talking about it. That's why I'm doing this video right now. But is it that deep? No. Just have fun with it. Enjoy fashion. Maybe eat like some healthy stuff. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Boom. End of video.